If earth peace is to herald the dawn of the new age, realize that
humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God.
in order to further his vision of new life awakening for earth peace and the evolution of human consciousness, Yogi Raj Siddhanath founded the Hamsa Yoga Sangh, a non-profit organization. After his deep and personal experience with Shiv Goraksha Babaji. Blessed with this direct experience, Yogi Raj Siddhanath has crystallized the essence of this wisdom of the oldest of yogic traditions, the Nath Sampradaya, into the teachings, practices, and services performed by the Hamsa Yoga Sangh.
Yoga is an inner ascent through ever more refined and ever more expanded spheres of consciousness to get to the God essence which lies at the core of your own being. And once you can contact this divine indweller, you can contact the universal indweller. We do have a good support system that wherever we go in the United States of America or Switzerland or Italy, we have teachers who can give you the support system and teach you and guide all newcomers. In India also we have a good support system. And of course, principally I am not a teacher, since I do not teach. A master does not teach. He gives the direct experience. You see, the teacher teaches very systematically and in an organized way. The master catches you, he shakes you and he wakes you up. So I'm a waker, movers and shakers.
Quite simply and effortlessly, Yogi Raj reveals to the initiated and the uninitiated alike how, at the level of consciousness, all humanity is one. Thus, acting as a catalyst for positive change and towards inner transformation, Hamsa Yoga Sangh helps you witness your innermost self flowering and evolving into a newer being. Let not precious moments slip by. Seek now the ultimate truth. Jiva Hamsa, spread your wings to fly, immortal realms which death defy.
Humanity is one's only religion, breath one's only prayer, and consciousness one's only God. And next morning when I came, my photo was lying under the table. One lady with a, you know those tennis shoes, they have cross work. One is hiking, one is for jogging, one is a cross work. What's it called?
Cross training.
Cross training shoe mark on my face. She just walked over it, and so I said, "This is good, oh Lord." I mean, and then at the end I thanked them. I said, "Ladies, I'm very thankful to you because you have." He said, "No." The other lady said, "We were very rude. We are very sorry that these ladies, they cut their hair and you were sitting here. One lady is having a haircut over there. You were not." But I was just sitting around. So I said, "I'm very thankful to you for creating a context. You created an ambience, a context. And you created such a context that I know now that I can never get angry. You failed to anger me. I had no anger. So you strengthened me. Thank you." So I said, "Let's take the good points, no? And what would I do being angry in any case? Against such a horde, the hordes of Genghis Khan, wild lasses on their horses."
Okay, then we went out to the beach and I had this pain. I still had this sciatica. I hadn't gone to the dolphin experience in Hawaii and it was paining. So they said, then they were helpful. They said, if you run on the beach, your feet will stick and when you pull your foot out, it will give you a traction. So I went there and some ladies gave me company. They were running with me on this thing. Then they said, hey, Mr. Yogi. They would always address me, hey, Mr. Yogi. Hey. So it's like a buddy thing. You know? Can you, now you are a yogi and we have to be this thing. There's something which is a stir in our hearts. You gave a very strong transmission. You know, there are many shamans and they create weather magic, the shamanic, this thing. So I said, yes, of course they are, but that's not my thing. I've come to teach you the meditation techniques, the Surya, this thing. And they said, okay, we've got your Surya now, you can go, we are not going to return your tape. So that's how the Surya tape went to them and they just took it. And they said, we are going to tell it to our partners. You see, they get married, you see, the two of them. So each one has to tell their partner. I said, if you want to tell your partner, let them come for the empowerment. So they said, no, but they're very secret, we cannot. So I said, okay, whatever you go to the church and tell her this and then go and whatever. So I was in the evening and they were there and they started laughing. They said, he cannot do anything. That was just a thing of our own feminine energy which came and gave us the transmission. We ourselves gave ourselves. I said, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Of course it's you yourselves who give it. But why didn't you give it for these 10 to 15 years before? Why didn't other people give it? Why did it have to happen when I was there? Of course, I said that to a very few of them, not to all of them. They understood, and then after that, they said, now you do this. So I was looking at the evening sky, we were at the beach, the sea was there like that. And I said, look, I have nothing and I don't have anything to prove. I'm not going to do it. But anyway, let's sit and meditate. Let us see, let us meditate. If you trust, I don't do shamanic work, I don't do weather magic. So we made them sit and I don't know what happened. I raised my hands like this. I looked and I did this. I do the electromagnetic movement, a gentle thing, and the bandhas came. The three contractions said, Alak Niranjan, and where the sound coming from. And suddenly, in the distant horizon, slight clouds began to gather, and then a lightning came again. So, you know, when something happens like this, the mind denies it. Like many times when I breathe through the breath of people, their mind, they experience it, but the mind denies it and says, no, it cannot be. The mind denied it, and boy, and the clouds started gathering momentum and coming towards the shore. And the breeze increased, so when we were sitting, we were being blown. And then another lightning. So I said, oh God, it's happened. I mean, it didn't have to happen. I don't know what the purpose of it was. I didn't understand, and I didn't want to prove myself. And the thing came, and the ladies started getting up, and I said, don't move, and don't try to run. Don't run, don't move. And what the hell, I mean, they had no respect for me. They were going to run the hell out of there. So they got up and they started running for their cars. I said, ladies, please don't run. And they were running, but they were running on the same spot. Because the faster they ran, this is a shamanic thing which has happened. The faster they ran, the faster the breeze came and held them. And then there was another thunderstorm. Another thunder, lightning and clouds, and the cloud burst. And all of them got totally soaked. Totally wet. Totally, this happened before my eyes. I feel very funny telling it to you because this is very otherworldly. It does not every day. This is a shamanic thing. But I did not forcefully or willfully do it. It happened spontaneously as a result of my meditation and sadhana. But I was not contacting Divine Mind. Divine Mind is contacted for magic, weather magic, healing, the healing arts, miracles, healing arts, weather magic, you name it. Anything to impress America, anything to impress the Western mind. But what I'm doing will not impress you because I'm doing nothing and giving you nothing. And in the giving of that nothing is the creme de la creme of life. Believe me, it is penetrating divine consciousness. I should be whispering. You can penetrate God's mind, but dare you penetrate God. So this is the subtle difference between Shramanic. The Ashtasiddhis come, we do have Shramanic people. There are there in this thing also. There is a person called Satya Sai Baba. He is in South India, in India today. He makes a beautiful necklace he'll give you to inculcate your faith, or he'll give you a shivling. He'll take a shivling out of his mouth. That's Shramanic. So they are complementary to one another. He is doing it to inculcate faith. That is the difference between Shamanic and Shramanic and Yogic. So they are different states of supraconscious awareness. So the mind penetrating into the divine mind, and then after you finished with the penetration of the divine mind, that there's nothing left, not a single shred of thought, not a single cull of the smell of the flower even. Then you go into Him about whom naught may be said. So the clear-cut distinction is that the Shraman does not penetrate the heart of God. He penetrates the mind of God. He does not penetrate God. In this yogic method, you penetrate God. I think I've made it quite clear, the distinction. That is the distinction. The divine mind is dealt with, the mind of God. And this is the no mind, the nothingness of the great nothingness. And the mind of the yogi, oh Lord, see the mind of the yogi, not the Shraman, the mind of the yogi. Oh Lord, beyond mind, the consciousness of the yogi. Oh Lord, the universe, a bubble in my consciousness. It's 100 billion, trillion galaxies. Oh Lord, the universe, a bubble in my consciousness. My consciousness, a nothing in thy nothingness. This is pure spirituality. Shamanism is good, it's meditative, it's good, it's spiritual, but pure spirituality if I say one word, I'll mess it up. It won't be pure spirituality then. So I said nothing. Okay? Got the message? Next question. I think it's very clear exposition of the Shramanic and the yogic methods. Okay. Yes. So all of you strive for the nothing, the supreme nothing. Yes?
You were kind of making fun of us the other night because most people don't read the Bible, but it seems like so much of it is, I don't know, not authentic. Do you still think we should read the Bible, and what are we looking to get from it?
You should read what your heart desires, for that is freedom. I read the Bible sometimes. I like it. I've got a beautiful white leather Bible with a zip. And first, before reading it, I just admire the workmanship. That how beautiful, can't we do it in India like this? They can't do it. It's so good. So I'm right at the basic material level, leave alone the spiritual essence. And sometimes I don't read it, I just feel it like this. And I put it away. And I know it. I know it. Because the consciousness needs not read it. The mind has to read it. The mind has to do rituals. The consciousness does not do rituals or read it. It is with its center everywhere and circumference nowhere. So, don't worry. Read it if you like. If you don't like, don't read it. I'll leave it to you. Yes? And now everybody form the temple of humanity. The pinnacle steeple of the temple shouldn't be back like it is in most cases, like this. It should be straight on top. You should see the index fingers. Right on the top, that's the entry of the Holy Spirit, the Divine. Now inhale love, and vibrate your body with the rainbow colored light of love. now get down to the navel with the same mudra. This is the Guru and this is the disciple. The Guru Shishya Mudra, the master disciple mudra. Put your thumb into your navel. You should enjoy this because it's the printed word is already there and the taped word will already be there. We have the booklet of this whole technique and it's here. Okay. So now you know how to do it. First you begin with the Guru Shishya Mudra on the top of your head. I'm just doing this. And you chant the Om, flooding the body with the rainbow colored light of the Divine. Then, in this technique of She, called the Way of the White Swan, and now just meditate on this. As the natural breath is inhaled, the green lotus opens its petals. And as the natural breath is exhaled, the green lotus closes them. You are not breathing, you are just aware of the breath. You are not breathing, you are being breathed by the Divine. And you see the She. The Kundalini Shakti is called She. This is transformative. All negativity and passions are transformed into purer emotions. And since you are not breathing, the Kundalini is breathing, the Divine Lord, the Shakti is breathing. There is no ego involved, there is no I. So it's a very beautiful technique. This is called the Hamsa of the watchful breath. And as you are a witness to your breath, those thoughts and passions melt away. They become more and more refined the more you practice. This technique of She, called the Way of the White Swan, is also the alchemy of total transformation. And now I will take you to do the Hamsa of the willful breath, where any negativity or thought, whether you have it in you or not, even if it's subconscious, will be diluted and dissolved, transformed into higher this thing by the process of restriction. Okay, now inhale. Sa. Hung. You don't chant it, you just breathe out. Yours is a mental chant. Sa. Hung. Each time you hold it, you're diluting all negativity, you're restricting and killing the negativity, and it's being transformed into positive energy growth. Sa. To those who diligently practice, you will see negativity will fly away from you day by day, and you will have more joy and positiveness in your life. Hung. Of course, I'm giving you a very mild version of it. Sa. Hung. 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 Sa. Stop. Drop your hands. And be still in that center and observe the green lotus, and again the transformation. So the teaching technique, we have to do 3 ways. First you transform, then restrict, and then transform. So it is concentration, meditation, concentration, concentration, meditation, concentration in the golden lotus. And the third are concentration, meditation, concentration. So by alternating these techniques, by doing the alternative method, it is the way that you can refine your thoughts more and more till they become no thought. heart center. Put your hand, the Guru Shishya Mudra, just below the heart at the solar plexus where it's soft. Below the sternum, just below the bone where the soft spot appears. That's the golden lotus. Now behind the thumb, touch your back with your thumb. You'll get exactly behind the spot where the golden lotus is. You get it? Your hands are meant to touch there, exactly behind. Your thumb will touch. Now if you scratch it, that's the place, niche you make. That's where your focal attention is, at the back of the spine. The golden lotus facing up. Say after me, in the Guru Shishya Mudra, in one voice. Yes, in one voice. Golden lotus am I.
Golden lotus am I.
Who divinity breathes.
Who divinity breathes.
Now put your hands down. Your right hand on top of your left hand.